Until watching the 2013 film Pinocchio, I had only one source of knowledge for the character, and that was, of course, the Disney animated classic. I watched it abundantly as a child, haven't seen it as an adult because it scares me a lot. That donkey scene is nightmare inducing. But I love the idea of Pinocchio as a character, and I thought, I saw this on Amazon Prime, and I thought, let's give it a go. This is actually, or it was released as a two-part miniseries, but it's just one long thing on Amazon. And I have to say, it's significantly better than I thought. It's wonderful to watch. It's great fun. It's fantastically acted. It's very complex. It's got a lot going for it. And for the fans of the Disney animation, it retains a lot of the same principles, but there are significant differences. So, if you're not familiar with every aspect of Pinocchio, I will not give any spoilers for how it develops or what happens, but I will talk about certain scenes as spoiler free as possible to do a little comparison between this and the animation. I know that it may not be fair to compare it, but when you're dealing with a classic fairy tale like Pinocchio, every interpretation is going to be compared to its predecessors. But if you are completely unaware of who Pinocchio is, he is a little wooden puppet created by Geppetto, and Pinocchio believes that he is a real boy. And he comes to life and he believes he's a real boy, not a puppet. And something I never got from this film as a child, at least consciously, is that Pinocchio was an outsider and he felt alone and rejected, and that's why he ends up doing what he did. I won't spoil it, but that's how he ends up doing that. I never got that. This is actually very, very clear in this film. He's getting bullied, he's getting teased because he's different, because he's not like the other children, and that causes him to get himself into a bit of a predicament. And I feel like that's really obvious here, and for the younger viewers, I think the lesson is clear. It's very obvious, but it's really well done and it's really pleasing, and obviously quite emotional because Pinocchio is cute. He's quite small. Oh my goodness, the CGI, he just looks so amazing, and the way he interacts with the other children, it doesn't look fake, it doesn't look phony, it doesn't look forged, it looks genuine, and that is incredible. And I know a lot of other films do this. It's not, the only film to have ever made it look realistic, but this one definitely does. And I just think it's absolutely breathtaking, and I really, really love it. There are a few differences between this and the Disney animation, but there are some similarities. The main difference is that the Sly Fox isn't a fox. These, they're humans, and most of the people in this are real people. First of all, no Figaro. Where is Figaro? I love Figaro. There is a dog, however, but there's no Figaro the cat. Geppetto is wonderful. He just reminds me of of the Disney Geppetto. He's played by Mario Adorf. I think his performance was great. There really isn't anything in this that I didn't like. Moritz Russ voices Pinocchio. I thought he was, really great performance. Jiminy Cricket is not quite Jiminy Cricket, but what it is, it's still a wood cricket, and it's a female, and she doesn't really have the same effect as Jiminy Cricket. She's not quite as interesting or powerful, but she still plays the same role of the conscience, which works very well on screen. The donkey scene is not quite as scary. It's definitely not as scary or as intimidating, which I was very pleased about, to say the very least. I am genuinely really impressed with this film, and I have to also point out that the voice cast, or the voice I've just given you, may not be the correct voice for the British version, because I believe this was originally released in German, so I'm not 100% sure who dubbed over it, but the performance is brilliant, regardless. The film it did receive one nomination for the Children Kino Fest, the grand prize. It was a nominee. If you want to explore a Pinocchio film and you don't know which one to pick, without a doubt, this one is absolutely worth watching. I think it's beautiful. It's a visual treat. The story is very well told. The narrative development is brilliant. Tugs at the heartstrings. Pinocchio is mischievous, but he's not naughty in the sense that he is disliked. It's very magical to watch when his nose grows. I have zero complaints about this film completely.